There we go. All right. How's it going, folks? Let's see if I can get this. Cash, Sinbad Comics. Just going live for no reason. I'm going to sit and do some stuff. Bought a bunch of raw cards at a show and going to go through, check them out, see what I got. Just kind of walk through some process stuff. Got all my goodies and toys out here. So we'll see what we have. Put this one off to the side. So this is a Lugia from, what is that? Neo Genesis? What is that from? I can't remember. Oh, let's find out. And there's no real point to this live. It's just me there. Neo Revelation. This is the normal in near mint. That's about 20 bucks. So I'm going to take a look at it. First thing, looks all right surface wise. On the front, on the back, I don't like that. Let's take a look. Yeah, some weird coloring. Let's see if it comes off with a little microfiber. Might just be some schmutz on it. Let's see. It's still there. Where is a black light? Always keep a black light for raw cards. Don't know. You probably won't be able to see that. There is at the very edges of this card. Yeah, right here and right here. It looks to me like a little dot right there too. Somebody might have taken a little marker to this, maybe colored in some white. So pretty kind of worthless now. I mean, it's a, I guess you call it altered, but yeah, I don't trust it anyway. Let's see if it's even a real card. Yeah. What I do with this is, I could probably do it under here, but I'm checking the core. You know, you've seen people take and they say do a rip test on a card because you'll see that black layer in the middle. I don't do the black layer. Just you can take this a loop, look at the edge, and you can see the core to see if it's there, which this does, but this has been altered. Somebody's put a just a little touch up right here, here, and right there with probably a marker, a little on the side too. And so I would call that altered and pretty worthless. We'll throw that off to the side. And boom, there we go. No good on that card. Hey, happy Easter, Carl. Yeah, if you guys see messages about a sale or whatnot, that's just a holdover. I'm just going live, going through some cards, doing some stuff for no real reason. Hey, Pungo, no books today. I'm actually starting to get back into comics and digging my stuff out, and I'll be putting some stuff up for sale coming up pretty soon. I've actually got a local show here in about a month, but I'll be doing some more comics, getting back into it. I've been doing these things for a while now. So what I'm doing is going through and looking at a bunch of these cards that I bought over the weekend. And the reason I started, I just tossed one over there because one I thought was altered. I checked it, and I'm pretty sure it's been altered. So sad for that, but it is what it is. So let's pick some random stuff. Again, I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here to chat and go live for a little while. What do we have here? Here we have a Gyarados base set. Gyarados. This is the Unlimited. Put my glasses on so I can see. All right, there we go. And what I've got here, this is a 7-inch electronic microscope, so I can get an up-close look and see at the edges of these cards. So I don't have to squint and all that kind of good stuff. But first thing I showed on the other, black light. Get a black light and just go around. You can tell whether something has been color touched pretty easily with a black light. At least most of the time. I mean, obviously, just a decent light will help, but a black light, it really shows up, especially on that blue. And a jeweler's loupe to look at the core to make sure it's not a fake. A nice core there. Also look at the edges. And then I'll kind of look at the surface. This one, at a glance, I'm going to say this is LP, lightly played. It's on the heavier end of lightly played. I might even call it moderately played. The scratching isn't bad. It doesn't have bad scratches or anything on it. But it's got a little edge wear where the silvering shows through on the edges, on the front, just right on the edge. It's not bad at all, and it presents beautifully. But in the light, you can see it glint, right? Nice hollow pattern, though. And but you can also see it's got a little whitening around here at the edge. See that? Really shows up under a magnifying glass. So I'd probably hit that as moderately played at that level. Still not a bad card. I'm not going to complain about that. Nice Gyarados from base set. Oh, excellent. Fungo. Yeah, I've still got some new books and still have a bunch of the old inventory that I have set aside. So as I go through these, I'm going to make kind of stacks and put them in as, moderately played, light played, near mint. And then I'll go through later and kind of sort these out, see what I'm going to put on eBay, what I might, if there's anything worth grading. So we'll put this into a moderately played stack. MP, and we'll just put it over there. Go through. This is a mixed bag. It's a lot of different stuff. This is a Mew from Crown Zenith, looks like. Hey, thanks, Carl. Happy Easter, man. So we'll take this one out. Again, I don't like these loose sleeves. I kind of like the perfect fits. I don't know why. I just like the way they fit better. Again, black light, looking for any kind of touch. Also look at the edges if you're looking for whether anybody hit one of these with a marker or something. You can almost always see bleed through around the edges if you look. And obviously this doesn't have any, but it's a good place to look. Because it's really hard to get that covered up without some kind of bleed through right at the edge. But this is actually a nice, nothing wrong with this one. This is a nice near mint card. The centering, I don't know. I'd have to measure that. I'd probably say with PSA's new rules, this is probably a 9. It might get a 10. There's a good app for that, though. It's called Card Centering. I think I've got it up here. Yeah, just card centering where you can actually take a picture of a card and do the centering on it and measure it out. I won't do that with these right now. I'll do those later. But this is going to be, it's a tiny, tiny bit. This may be 10 centering, but I wouldn't bet money on it. It's not a super valuable card, but surface is gorgeous on the front and the back. Nothing really I want to look at too close on here. It's a nice looking card, so I'm happy with this one. Hey guys, I'm just here chatting. If you want to chat, I don't know how long I'll be on. I decided to go through, bought some cards this weekend, kind of going through, taking a look at them condition wise and separating them out a little bit, getting them out of some old sleeves and top loaders into some new stuff, and just kind of separating the wheat from the chaff, seeing if there are any damage, to see if there are any, that have been altered or anything like that, because we don't deal in those cards and we will just throw them away. Ooh, I like that card. This is Suicune V from Crown Zenith. I'll show you that one too. Ooh. Like that card. Just some good artwork. But I've been getting into Pokemon cards a lot lately. And take a look at that. Oh, the centering looks really, really nice on that. The front pattern is gorgeous. Let's take a look. Centering on the back is also beautiful. Let's make sure we're clean with the black light. Yeah. Now, what I will mostly use, yeah, that looks gorgeous. What I will mostly use this electronic microscope for is when I've picked something out that I think might be worth grading. And then that's when I'll go over it with a fine-tooth comb. I really get in there and, get down to the pixel level of detail to see whether I'm going to get a 10 or not. So this is a gorgeous near mint Suicune V from Crown Zenith, Galarian Gallery, number 38 of 70. Good looking card. Hey, John. I just randomly went live, man. How you doing? I'm just going through some of these cards, separating them into stacks. What's this? Charizard EX from 151. This is 183. Man, I just decided to randomly go live. I might be on for a little while. I might not, but just kind of going through the process of what I do to look at cards, throwing some content up. So this is Charizard EX number 183 from 151. We'll take a look at that. First, again, we're going to black light just to go over the edges and the ink, checking for any spots. Got a little spot of dust right there. There we go. Got rid of that. Nice and clean. Excellent. We've got beautiful edges. We have nice, really nice centering. Front and back, nice centering on that card. No print lines. That's beautiful near mint. And so we'll put that into our nice near mint stack. And again, I'm separating these into really near mint, light play, moderate play, and then anything else. Most things that are below light play, we won't even deal with, but occasionally we will, or we'll, use them to build something like this moderately played Gyarados from base set. We'll just stick it aside, use it to build a full base set master set right with that. And what do we got in here? This is another 151. Somebody, wow, they aggressively priced that one. They had it at $55. This is the Squirtle from 151. It is not even near mint. That's not a $55 card. No comic books today, John. I am in the process of getting back into that, digging out and dusting off my old comics. But right now, I'm just going live doing some inspection of Pokemon cards that I bought and drinking some coffee. And just going live for no particular reason. So here we have number 170 Squirtle from 151. Again, nice front, excellent centering. Do a quick black light sweep. Even on the new cards, this is mostly useful on the old cards, but even on the new cards, you never know when somebody's trying to touch up a corner. And you used to not have to worry about that so much with Pokemon cards, but these days you have to check. But no, this is good. This is also a beautiful mirror mint card. I still think whoever put a $55 price tag on that was super, super aggressive. That's, I remember, this is probably more around the $30 range, if that. So, but in any case, it goes into the near mint pile for now for further review later. Oh, Mewtwo. Let's see what we got here. Toss that. This is Mewtwo from the original base set. This is the base set unlimited Mewtwo. Number, 10, I think? Yep, number 10. Let's take that out, see what it looks like. Now, I got a couple of comics sitting back here, but wouldn't do anything with them. Here's a nice New Mutants 98 newsstand. This one needs some love. I mean, this is probably right now, I'd call that a 5. It's got a nice crease right here. Needs a press. But this is a nice entry-level copy to the first, Deadpool. Oh, John, I got something for you. If you're still there. Hold on. Just wanted to show you because I know you love this book. That's a gorgeous copy of that. That is beauty. And I know you like that one. The other John. All right, so let's take a look and see what we got here. Again, we have Mewtwo, number 10 from, this is the unlimited base set Pokemon. Take a look at that. The holo is gorgeous on this. No scratches on the holo. It's got a little bit of edge wear. It's very, very minute, but the holo is beautiful. On the back, we have, there's a little wear around the edge down here. Nothing major. This is solid LP for that card. That's a gorgeous condition for that card. Let's just blacklight scan it real quick because I'm paranoid. And that looks good. So, no, this solid LP on this Mewtwo. Hey, Glenn, not selling it just yet. Somebody, I'm working out a deal for a guy to buy a bunch of my peanuts. I got a stack of Dell and Gold Key peanuts back there, and I'm working out a deal with him. I just ended up doing this in between. So these are lightly played. I think I have all of the peanuts back there. No, I don't. I don't have number 4 from the Gold Key run because I sold that, but I have the rest of them are back there. Let's see. What other interesting cards do we have? All right, here's one you don't see every day. I had a Red Cheeks. This is the Yellow Cheeks, not as rare. The Red Cheeks. I had a Red Cheeks first edition, but this is the base set Pikachu with the E3 stamp. I don't know if you can see that. You can get up there, that E3 stamp right there. The Red Cheeks on this one is ridiculously expensive. I sold one of those a few weeks ago. The Yellow Cheeks E3. This is still, let's see what condition this is. Yeah, this one isn't. This one has a couple of issues. Got a little schmutz on it, but that's it. It's kind of a scratch right there. But there is a bend in the card right there. I would call that heavy play to damaged, unfortunately, just because of that. Because you can, I guess if I put it in the sleeve, I could probably feel it. Maybe not. If I can't feel it, I'd probably go heavily played. But I can, so I'd call that damaged. Which is, it's still, somebody will want that for their collection. That's not an easy to find card. So, but I'll write that one down as damaged. And put it in my damage pile. Most damage I'll just get rid of, but something like the E3 stamp, those are hard to find. So somebody will want to pay $5 for that card and hang on to it. Just to add to their collection. John told you he wanted you to have it. There you go. Something I don't see as often as you would think, and I guess maybe because they weren't as popular at the time, but base set 2 cards. We did a base set Gyarados earlier, and that was MP. This is a base set 2 Gyarados. Yeah, we'll take a look, see what the condition is on that one. I don't see a lot of base set 2s. They're just not as prevalent. Let's see. Nice hollow. I don't see no scratches on the hollow. It is clean. Very clean front, nice centering. Take a look at the back. Very minor whitening around the bottom of the back. This is probably technically near mint, but I would call it lightly played because people get really picky when you call something near mint, even though it's technically near. Like near mint is a PSA 7, right, which is not a high bar. So I would call this one lightly played, even though technically you could say it was near mint. It's not. It's lightly played. Just very light. You can't see that. Very, very, see that? Very light whitening right on the very edge of that card. But beautiful example of a base set 2 hollow Gyarados. Oh, I will, Glenn. I'm absolutely unprepared. I haven't even looked up values on that book in 6 months. So I have no idea if they've gone up, if they've gone down, if it's a $100 book or a $1,000 book. I honestly don't know. So that we'll put solidly into the lightly played stack over there. Couple of Japanese jungles. What else we have over here? I think I had, and I know I had one earlier. It was something I saw flipping through. Oh, a nice first edition Jumpluff. Alakazam. No. Oh, Fossil, Ninetales. This one, was it? No, this one. All right. So this one is just interesting to show an error. This is Victory Bell from Jungle. But if you'll notice, there's no set symbol. So there should be a jungle symbol right there, and it is missing. So that is a fairly common error. Sets of these were printed without the symbol. This particular card is kind of rough. Lots of scratches. A little bit of a schmutz of something right there. That can probably just be a microfiber cloth to probably get the schmutz off, but I don't know why you bother. Yeah, I would call this one, it's not awful. None of the scratches are deep, but they're there, right? So when you wave it, you can see little speckly bits of the shiny. So, I mean, off the top of my head, I would call this one moderate to heavy play. It's not really heavy. So it's probably moderate, but it's definitely not light for sure. Too many scratches. And it's play scratches, right? This wasn't abused. This was from somebody playing and sliding the card across the table. That's where I got that damage. But a nice moderately played example of an error card from Jungle. Put that in that stack. You guys do you like the old stuff, the new stuff? Let's see. Let's go with the new. This is Mewtwo V-Star. I think this is also from Crown Zenith. That Mewtwo V-Star Galarian Gallery number 44. That's a beauty. Let's see. Take it all different angles of light. And centering is really nice. Here, yeah, okay. And centering on the front's also very nice. No scratches, no bends, no folds. Gorgeous, near mint, possibly gradable copy of that card. So I think raw, this is $100. Raw near mint, graded it's a bit more, but this is quite possibly gradable. I'd have to obviously go in and do a little deeper digging, and measure the centering and all that stuff just to make sure I'm not wasting my time. Let's see. Let's do a quick shadowless check. I didn't actually check to see if I had any shadowless cards. Oftentimes I'll pick up one or two in a stack like this. None of these though. Let's see. A couple of Japanese Jungle. New ones. New sets. Radiant Charizards, if you like those. Miriam. Always did like the artwork on that card. And Gengar. Always a favorite, fan favorite. Let's see. Got Espeons. That Lugia. I like that one. That's what was that from? Plasma Storm? Was that what that's from? Let me check. I don't know if anybody remembers or cares, but I do. All right. Now, Ancient Origins. Okay, that was from Ancient Origins. Number 94, Rare Ultra, Lugia EX. Bought a bunch of Lugias. Stack. The Megas, those are getting really popular now. This is the M. Rayquaza EX. These Megas are getting hot. I think I sold all of my Megas, and this was just one that picked up from that. Somehow a One Piece card got in there, sullied the stack. And more Lugia. Sweet. Let's take a look at this Mega. So this is M. Rayquaza EX. Probably out of things that aren't like ridiculously valuable, this is Roaring Skies. So this isn't, insanely valuable. And near mint, this is like a $30 card. But the Megas are so often counterfeited. And I think it's just because they look cool and kids like them. But let's take a look at this one real close and make sure we're golden. And we have a nice solid core. All of the artwork is colored correctly. No alterations. It has texture. That's the one thing you'll find is almost none of the counterfeits have the actual texture. They're just kind of shiny. This has the texture. Gorgeous near mint. Mega for Rayquaza, M. Rayquaza EX. Excellent. Yo, Gengarage. I'm just streaming randomly, going through some cards. Some stuff picked up at the Frisco Card Show this weekend. And adding them to stacks, separating them by condition. Nice near mint M. Rayquaza EX. Drinking a little coffee. Ninetales. This is from base set. Now there are a couple of error card Ninetales, and I can never remember what they are. So is it not? I have no idea. Probably not. So this one's kind of rough though. This is unlimited base set, and it has been played. I mean, I'm immediately going to look at that and go heavily played. Just lots of surface scratches. It looks good from here, from a distance, but it has look at all those scratches. It's just covered in surface scratches without even flipping it over. The back doesn't look bad, actually. I mean, it's just, again, it's not, this card wasn't abused. It was played. And so nice, heavily played. We'll stick that over here. And again, probably the end destination for a card like this is going to be in a inexpensive base set, master set. That's where that'll end up. That way somebody can pick themselves up an entire master set for base and not break the bank. So I like to keep those roughly played OG cards when I can for just that reason. All right, going back to base set, we have numero uno, Alakazam. Nice Alakazam, unlimited base set, number 1. Again, it's got some scratches, but it's not nearly as rough as the other one. This is, amazingly, the hollow looks good. The rest of the card is scratched up. On the back, this is moderately played. It's not heavily played. It's not nearly as rough as the other one. You can see, but it does have some scratches on, surface scratches on it. But it isn't nearly as rough as that Ninetales. That Ninetales was was rough. This is actually a nice, moderately played card. It's too much to be lightly played, but it's certainly not heavily played. So again, a nice card to go into a base set master set. The hollows are always the ones that people have trouble finding. And so when you can provide them with inexpensive filler cards for those, until they can find the really, nice near mint one, it's a good service, I think, to provide. Get that in there. And that was moderately played, right? So that goes here. Okay, wait. This one is HP, so it goes there. That's moderately played. It goes there. All right. Again, just for you guys who care, if you care, tools that I'm using right now. All right, so we have my laptop here because I'm streaming on it, but I'll also, if I need to look something up, I can look something up. This is a 7-inch screen on an electronic microscope. So if you really want to get down and dirty and look at the details of a card up close and personal, and you want to see what it really looks like up close, this is the way to do it. Get one of these. You can really zoom in. It has some options actually to put grid lines. You can actually look at centering if you want to. But these are cheap on Amazon. They're like $100, maybe 75. They're inexpensive and worth getting. Especially if you're going to grade cards, what I'll do is any card that I think might be worth grading, I will end up taking it under here and going through every centimeter of the card to see if there are any flaws that show up that might make it 9 that I don't want, to change my mind. Obviously, we have stacks of cards. I have black light, and a bright light to check for color touch. People are coloring in the cards. I found one earlier. It's on the floor over there. I tossed it. So it was a Lugia that someone had, colored in the whitening on the back. So makes the card absolutely worthless. But black light essential for checking that. Take one with you at a show. Just these are $5. Keep one in your pocket. A jeweler's loop. This one happens to have a light, and it's $12 or something on Amazon. Not bad at all. And one thing I use it for, one, just to look up close, right? But two, people will tell you, you'll see oftentimes people will say do a rip test to check for a fake card. See if I have any cards here. So got a Pokemon card. One absolute way to check, well, let's say absolute, any modern, even near modern card. You tear them, there's a black layer right there. See it? See that black? If it's there, it's almost guaranteed to be real, but fake ones won't have that. You don't have to tear the card. You can look at the edge. You can see that black layer. It's right there on the edge, around the entire card. There's no reason to rip a card to check if it's fake. The rip test is worthless. It doesn't need to be done. Just take your jeweler's loop, look at the edge. If you do magic, also check the green dot, either with a 60x jeweler's loop or a microscope, and you can find fake magic cards that way too. Let's see, Post-it notes. I like the Perfect Fit sleeves, just my preference, top loaders, and that's it. I mean, basic stuff to go through and condition and check cards, filter stuff out, dump stuff I don't want. Get rid of things like that one that had the marker on it, dump that, and then later go through and do some just general sorting of the cards. But pretty straightforward process. It doesn't take a lot of time. You can do it while you're watching TV or listening to something, because this is really just a kind of a pre-sort. This is Kabutops, number 9 from Fossil. This is the Unlimited from Fossil. And some light scratches on the hollow, some ever so light edge wear, a little more edge wear on the back. Not bad though, but noticeable. I mean, you can see a little white, a few dots here. Again, this is going to be a solid LP. Not a bad card. Again, probably going to be destined for a Fossil Master Set for somebody. And we'll just slide these in. Pop, pop. And that goes in the lightly played stack, which is right there. Anybody else get random text about toll tags or that they want to pay their tolls? Don't answer those, by the way. They're all a scam. Big scam going around. It's only like for a few bucks at a time, but they're trying to get your info. So ignore text that look like they're from a toll authority telling you that you owe tolls. All right. So this is Charizard V-Star. This is a promo. Sword and Shield 262. This card looks great, right? That's normally near mint. That's like a $30 card. And if I just look at this, I'd probably call that near mint in most scenarios, but look at the centering on that. That is way, way off. I couldn't in good conscience sell that as a near mint card because the centering is going to completely blow the grade. So even though it's technically, if you want to be hard-headed about it, is it near mint? Yes, it is. It's packed fresh. The centering is completely whacked on that. So I would happily sell this to somebody as an LP copy of that card, but I would not sell it as near mint just because the centering's too off for my personal taste. Drop that one in my LP stack. All right, so instead of going through the rest of these, because I'm probably going to shut this down here shortly, I'll just go through and we'll look at some of the cards that we got. Ignore these prices. Somebody was out of their mind, and I did not pay this for them. But we got Clefable from Jungle, Hollow, number 1. Nice Dark Arbok from Rocket set. Chansey base set. And a first edition German Chansey. You don't see the German ones that often. That's first edition German. This is Jumpluff first edition Neo Genesis. This is Charizard EX. It's from the promos, I think Paldean Fates era promo. Pikachu, nice artwork from the Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery. A couple of Mewtwo promo movie cards. Always like those. And we have the Mew promo and Electabuzz promo, same movie. Got some base set 2, Magneton. Nice base set 2, Wigglytuff. I like the vintage, as you can tell. Nice Zapdos from base set, Zapdos. That's from Battle Styles. That's just a random card I think pulled out of a pack the other day. A couple of 3 Lilies Clefairy EX, just from Journey Together. Volcanion, Espeon. Nice Lugia EX. Beautiful card there. Again, another nice Lugia. Picked up a stack of Lugias from a guy. Luckily, only one of them that I've seen so far had a problem, and I tossed that card away. It's nice Lugia EX. We have Venomoth from Japanese Jungle. Another Galarian Gallery Pikachu. A couple of Magmortars, Eevee. I just like the Rayquaza artwork. And Regigas. V-Star. Beauty. A couple of Magnezones. Gyarados. Tell me that's not a pretty card. I think it's like a $10 card, but it's such a pretty card. The artwork is gorgeous. Some Surging Spark stuff. More Galarian Gallery. More Radiant Charizards than I care for. Deoxys VMAX. Also some artwork I love. Gengar. And Miriam. Let's see. What else we got here? Jungle Victory Bell. That one, the corner is jacked up on that. N Zoroark EX from Journey Together. I think that's like the $100 one. Mewtwo. This is the promo. The Japanese one's actually worth a lot more because you pulled the Japanese. The English one was the promo. This is the less expensive N Zoroark EX. It's like 30, 35, something like that. From Royal Blood, Trafalgar Law. These two are in Frankie. These are One Piece, which I don't know why they're over here. And a couple of randos. All right, well, I'm going to continue going through these guys, but I'm not going to stay live. Thank you for popping in and checking it out. Like I said, I just thought I would go live for a little while for no real reason, just random. So, return. Boom. There we go. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm going to be doing some comic stuff here pretty soon as well. Always Pokemon and often comics, but until then, we'll see you later. Have a good one.